Hello everyone, I'm Prasiddhi and I bring to you this show on tarot called Tarot City. Last week we spoke about temperance and the devil, and in today's episode this week we'll be talking about the Tower and the Star. They do rhyme, but there's nothing common between them. This is the Tower card number 16. As you can see, there's a lot of destruction happening. Devastated, that's the word that comes to my mind. Now I've been giving you one word for every card. Now when you look at this card, think of the word devastated. And looking at the symbolic structure here, the card is really very dark. You see a lot of black used in this card. The Tower is written in the bottom. You see two characters being thrown out of this star because lightning has struck the star. And there's a woman, there's a man, it could be anyone, that doesn't matter. But it just means that whoever was sitting in the tower has been thrown out. Symbolically, this also means that someone might have lost their job or their home, there was this earthquake that came and the home just fell, the building fell. There could be a billion reasons why this building is going through this situation. It might be under renovation and restructuring for all you know. It doesn't have to be very negative all the time. But yes, this card brings a lot of discomfort. If someone throws someone out of a building, you can imagine they could be hurt, they could be killed. So this situation, when that arises in someone's life, brings a huge change, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. And if it's coming in the emotional position, if you've laid a spread which talks about someone's emotions and psychology, then this card means that the person is going through a destructive relationship. The relationship itself has been killing that person bit by bit, And this is very tough situation to be in when this card comes. You have to pay attention to the cards that are surrounding it to understand what kind of destruction is this card talking about. But mostly when someone comes to you for a reading with this kind of a situation, you automatically know that they're in dire straits and that they would need a lot of counseling from you. So when you read tarot, please don't tell them that it's all bad and it's all ugly and it's going to be really painful for them. They already know that. And when this card comes in the future prediction, always try to downplay this, because the future can still be changed a little bit. You can't really change everything maybe, but a little energy change can cause a positive attitude. So someone might be on the verge of losing that job, they might be scared, they might have come to you for a reading, and you do see change coming here and a lot of destruction happening here. So they might lose their position of power, their throne of power, their seat of power, and you have to convey this news in a very gentle manner and tell them to deal with this in a positive way. Now what you can do is, every time this card comes, ask tarot for advice. How can this client of mine, or how can my friend, or how can I, if this is coming for you, deal with this situation? Because tarot is best employed for advice of any kind and guidance of any kind. So every time this card comes, don't get unduly scared. Of course, this is a situation of change and hurt and pain, but there's always going to be a new beginning anyway. So this is not that bad as death card can be. But this is still very painful situation. Mostly the deaths and the Tower come together, which means a huge change in someone's life is about to be occurring. And yeah, so this is what this card really means. It's the card number 16. The energies of numerological number 16 are also applicable to this card. 16 is basically a card of destruction and regeneration. That's the number also, and that's what this number stands for. And though it's not really a bad number anyway, but don't try to put 6 plus 1 separately. It's 16, it's a dual number, it's a compound number. And if you're looking for a numerological meaning here, look for 16. It's a compound number. Don't look for 1 separately and 6 separately. A lot of people make that mistake. And so this is how the Tower is going to be. If you look at the structure of this building, you will see the whole building is standing straight. It's just the top that has been blown away by the lightning. And these people have fallen down, which means that it's not the crumbling of the building that's hurting them, it's the loss of power that is basically bringing them to earth, bringing them down. And it's going to be very painful. This card often always comes when someone gets fired from their job, because they didn't leave it by their will. They've been thrown out of their position of power. They must have been sitting in this ivory tower, you might think of this word. The tower otherwise it looks very medieval in structure. In the new tarot cards you can see reconstruction and these kind of words coming forward. The positive message tarot cards, you can find such things. But in the original Rider-Waite deck, the tarot is always looking at the Tower is a very typical dark themed colored card, and it talks about reconstruction in a different way. It talks about destruction first rather than reconstruction. The new tarot cards have become very positive, and that's why I think that I would advise you to pick them up if these kind of images and this kind of imagery scares you a little bit. But there's nothing to be scared of. Of course, it's a negative situation. Always ask for advice from tarot, and this advice can help you deal with the situation, because this is coming and you have to face it. It's better to know how can I deal with this situation in a better way. It's best that you can advise someone to already start looking for another job and start putting their energies into a new job and a new opportunity, rather than wasting their energies and feeling sad about what's going out of their lives. Obviously, if this card comes in a position of something going out of their life, which would mean that you have to apply the meaning according to the spread, according to the meaning of this particular card in the spread, then you can think and you can say that all destruction that has happened in your life till now, all upheaval that has been there in your life is going out. A calmer time ahead can be predicted for someone. Once this card comes in a going out situation, we can always make a spread in Celtic spreads, which is a very famous spread of tarot. You can always come up with a position saying what's going out of your life, so that you can say what is changing in their life. You can very clearly predict that if you have a very clear definition of every position, every card position. So if this is going out, then it's good news and it's happy news. All problems are going away. All devastation is going away. So this card can also mean positive by reverse. When you reverse the Tower, this can go very negative also, and this can dilute the negative influence also. Now for that, you'll have to look at the other cards and see if it's getting diluted, if the nonsense is getting diluted, or if it's just going to get even darker. It could go anyway. Reverse cards are best predicted by intuition. You have to know the straight meaning, and then you can apply the reverse and you can feel your way through it. It's a matter of feeling. Let me go forward to the next card, which is very bright and positive. It's the Star. This is the card which talks about inspiration, joy, creativity. If you've been looking for advice from tarot regarding your profession, then you should take up a profession which is glamorous and creative, because you could be a star. That's exactly what this card means. It's a card of glamour, sex appeal, beauty, lots of light, lots of starlight. Now looking at this character's hands, she's holding 2 water jugs filled with water. From one she's pouring water on water, and from the other one she's pouring water on land. So she's using her energies partially in the correct way. Here she's wasting her energies completely, which could indicate that this person is a little sad and they are really looking down in life. They're just pouring water on water in a deep emotional trance that she's just sitting and doing it. Though it's a very positive card, someone could look very shiny and happy from the outside, but could be a little sad on the inside. And these people can be stuck in vanity, and they could be going to a beauty parlor or a shopping mall to feel better. You see, you can find out so many things from a card, although it's just simply talking about a time of inspiration and joy in your life. And you often seek inspiration and joy out when you're feeling your deepest sadness. So it's something, a point to be noted. You have to pay attention to that also. And here she's pouring water on the land. Something fertile will grow from here. So you need to pay attention that in life, if you need to rise ahead, your energies need to go in the right direction. It's not just the prediction that is positive. The actions that will accompany that prediction will also make a lot of change happen, a lot of impact happen in your life. Otherwise, you see lots of bright sparkling stars. This is the card number 17. 17 is a number which makes someone famous even after they have died. That's exactly what Linda Goodman talks about in her numerology book, and it's something that she derives from the Hebrew Kabbalah system of numerology. So yeah, then most of the movie stars are famous, and they are famous even after they are gone. So this number brings a lot of positivity, although it comes to number 8 if it's a single number. But that means that 17 is the most positive number from which you can arrive to number 8. So if you're born on a 17, it's a positive number, it's a good number. Stop feeling bad for yourself and saying that it's a number 8. 8 is a number of eternity, remember? And this person could be famous for a long time. So yeah, if someone comes for a reading, and if this is the kind of profession they'll be getting into, they'll make a lot of name for themselves. They'll be very successful. provided their energies are going in the right creative direction. Now when you look at this card, you always remember the water bearer, which is the symbol of the sign Aquarius, ruled by the planet Uranus. Uranus makes you very, very abstract, eccentric, very, very intuitive, and when you can see a lot of water here and this woman, you automatically feel there's a lot of intuition happening. Maybe she's trying to tune into her intuition and listen to her heart and find out what exactly she feels and what does she want to do next in her life. So when this card comes, look deep, close your eyes, sit quietly, ask yourself what is inspiring you. Once you know what is inspiring you, what is driving your passion, then you are going to be very, very successful in future. This is exactly what this card means. Now when we reverse this card, it means that the inspiration is blocked. You don't know what turns you on. You don't know what is it that you like. There are a lot of things that are vying for your attention, but you cannot come to a conclusion. In that case, turn the card straight and look, where is the energy going? Where is it going to be productive? So please look at a logical answer. When inspiration is not coming, look at logic, wait for time, because once you start walking on the right track, the inspiration sooner or later follows. The star, even when reversed, is not very negative. It's anyway a very positive card. This just means that your progress and happiness is blocked by something. Now, what is it? Well, you shuffle the cards again. You ask the tarot, what is blocking my joy? What is blocking my inspiration? How can I remove this? There's a problem solution spread that you can formulate, which is very simple. You can take 4 cards out, 3 cards talking about the problem and 1 card talking about the solution. And then you can look straight into the problem. Why is this block coming? And what is the card suggesting as a solution? What is the tarot suggesting as a solution? Why I am saying that you should take just 1 card for solution, because if you take out too many solutions, you'll be distracted in all of them. Take out 1 solution, follow that advice step by step. Always ask tarot for small bits of information, small bits of guidance that you are ready to follow. Once you follow it, once you act on it, that's when tarot becomes active in your life. So with this, we come to the end of this episode. We spoke about the Tower, which means devastation, sadness, dethroned, when somebody's lost their energy, their source of power, their source of income. It could be a loss, which is a sudden loss. It's an accident. So you can remember the word accident also for the Tower. And when it comes to the Star, inspiration, joy, happiness, but someone needs to channelize their energies correctly to achieve that kind of happiness. This person might be masking their feelings. They might not be facing life head on, because you can see a little bit of melancholy in this card. She's looking down and she's pouring water on water. So you have a little bit of warning coming, but otherwise this is a very, very positive card, very, very beautiful card. When this comes in a reading, it's time for happiness, it's time for joy, and this bright future ahead. With this, I close today's episode. I'll be seeing you next week again with 2 new cards of tarot, and that would be the Moon and the Sun. That is like the 2 most powerful heavenly bodies. Moon influencing our emotions and Sun influencing our outer life and our outer appearance to the world, and also our power in life. So we'll be talking about these 2 cards next week. I'll see you again on Tarot City. Happy living.